repeat data engineering. So in this video we will see a concept called federated queries. Okay, so that means querying external databases from BigQuery. It can be a Cloud SQL instance or it can be a Cloud spanner, right? So it is similar to that BigQuery external table concept, but the difference here, so you are going to query a external database table itself. So before moving or proceeding with the demo, so we will try to understand some concept about this feature and then we'll move on to the demo. So this feature can be used to query a Cloud SQL or Cloud spanner, okay, databases or tables, okay, without moving data into a BigQuery storage system, okay. And these feature or federated queries uses BigQuery connection API, right? So in order to use this feature you have to enable this API and then it will allow you to so use this feature, okay. And then so this is very important, so it uses a specific function or a special function which is inbuilt in BigQuery, that is external query function. So you have to pass that connection details and that query, then it will query that external data source. One more important point to notice, so federated queries are only supported in regions that support both external data source and BigQuery dataset. For example, let's say if it is a US single region, you have created a BigQuery dataset, then your external data source should be created in the same location, that is US single region, then only it is allowed, otherwise it won't, okay. So that is what this example explaining here. And there are some limitations as well, where this is always read only. This federated queries is always read only, you can't update or insert your external data source using this feature, okay. And there is one more limitation. For example, let's say when you are trying to query a table from external data source like Cloud SQL or Cloud spanner, if there is a mismatch in the data types between the BigQuery and your external data source, then it will throw an error, right? And there is always a performance limitation. For example, if it is a advanced analytics and performance is very much critical, in such case it is not recommended, okay. And also it always supports public IP instances. That means, for example, let's say Cloud SQL instances has been created with a private IP address, so then it is not supported. It should be always public IP address, okay. And let us move to the demo, okay. Here, so I have created one table in the Cloud SQL instance. It's a simple table, and we have a related for example, let's say I have created a master table over here. For example, it's a product master table. It will have a product name and product description or something, and I have a product sales details table created in my BigQuery, okay. So it will have some sales information. So what we will try to do, we will create an external connection, so with this Cloud SQL from BigQuery, and then we'll try to query this Cloud SQL table, and then we'll try to join the table with the BigQuery table, and we'll see how it is look like, okay. So let us quickly go to the demo, okay. So editor, so before creating that external connection, let us try to examine our BigQuery dataset for this demo. So this is the dataset. So you can see this dataset location, it has been created in Asia South 1, and we have this table which we are going to use in our demo. So just preview, so it has this data, so it has the product sales data, it has the product code, and then the remaining data, quantity and price. So now in the Cloud SQL instance, right, so we have a related table, that is product master. So we'll try to examine that table as well, okay. Now using our Cloud Shell, so I've connected to my Cloud SQL instance, okay. So you can see the databases available. So we have this JCB demo which was created as part of our last demo, okay. Use the database, okay. So show tables, so you can see this table, product master. Let us try to query that table. Okay, now you can see this has this data. Okay, so in the demo we'll try to query this table using that external query function, and also we'll try to join this table with these tables based on this product code, because this is a common column between these two uh, tables, product code here and product code here. Okay, so now what we will do, we'll set up the connection first, external connection, and then we'll proceed with the next steps. Okay, for that you have to click on add data. So here this section, so you click on this section. If this BigQuery Connect API is not enabled in your project, it will ask you to enable. So then it will, once it is enabled, then you will be able to set up your connection. Since I have already enabled it in my project, so I don't have to do that. So let us click on this, then you can see these details getting displayed over here. So you have to provide the connection ID. So Cloud SQL Connect. Okay, this is the connection ID, external connection ID, and the region. Right, I've already told you, you have to select the same region of a BigQuery dataset. Okay, that is Asia South one. Right, so yeah, so you can ignore these two things, optional, and you have to provide the Cloud SQL instance connection name. For that you have to come here. So this is the instance details, you have to provide these details over here. Okay, and then database name GCP demo, and username root, password database password. Now create connection. Okay, now you can see connection has been created. Go to connection, so you can see all the connection details. So, and one more important thing to note, so since I am the owner of this project, I have created this connection. For example, let's say there is some more user who would like to use this connection. So in order to use this connection, so that particular user needs to have a appropriate permission on this connection. For that you have to share this connection with that particular user by providing his principal details and the appropriate user permissions. So I hope you are clear. So now let us go to our actual query part. Okay, so for that I've already created the queries. So the first query is this. Okay, so what we are trying to do, see, this is our connection details, right? This is our connection ID, Cloud SQL Connect. So for that you can see our connection details. This is a connection ID. So I've just copied that connection details over here in the query. Now what I'm trying to do in the Cloud SQL instance, I'm trying to query this information schema tables. So if you execute this query, it will give you all the schema details which are exist in the Cloud SQL instance, right? So you can see there are 339 okay tables, right? If you go to the last page, you should be able to see our table, right? So last page you can see our table DCP demo. There are two tables, product manager, right? So the second query is this. So I would like to see the columns from the product manager table in the Cloud SQL instance. For that you can always use this query. The same connection, you have to always pause this connection details and then change the query. Okay, so schema columns where table name equal to this. So query this. Now you can see all the columns pertaining to this table, product master. Now what we can do, we will try to join BigQuery table with the Cloud SQL table. Okay, so for that you can use this table, you can use this query, right? Just try to examine this query here itself. So this is already available in our BigQuery. Now this is our Cloud SQL table. So what I've done, I'm just trying to use it as a table. So this is a inner query, right? So here I'm joining these two based on my product code. So everywhere I'm using this external query. This is very important function, inbuilt function to query external data sources. Okay, so let us copy this query here and execute it. So now it will show us the result. So yeah, you can see the result, right? So we have joined our external data source through this function with a BigQuery table. now you can see the result. Okay, so I hope this will help you. Okay, so that's it for this video. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.